to get the answer to it. They have no proof. Samson was surprised. He said, if you had not plowed my heifer, I said, wait a minute, wait a minute. Loisha said to me all the time, you stupid cow, you stupid cow, stupid heifer, stupid heifer. But I know cow and heifer were the same thing. Because she didn't use them interchangeably. She just kind of like, sometimes she called me a stupid cow, sometimes she called me a stupid heifer. I thought she just called me fat. And when I heard heifer, I thought she called me dumb or a harlot. I thought heifer meant harlot. He said, you had not plowed my heifer. I said, wait a minute. I looked up. I said, did this man have sex with Samson's his engagement wife, his Timna? Did they have sex with his Timna? No. He was shocked that they plowed his wife, plowed his heifer, right? He said, you wouldn't have known if you hadn't went to my wife. He was shocked that they plowed his heifer. But I'm shocked that he actually hooked up with Philistines. Not with her, specifically. If they are your best man, okay, you the best, bye. I'm gonna go to Best Buy. See, you are the best, bye. I'm gonna go to Best Buy. If they're the best men, then let them be the best men, right? And then you go marry her because you want to be around her. The Bible never indicates that there was anything wrong with that woman, except that she's a Philistine woman. She lived in Philistine and she was living in Timnah. The next one he gets is crazy. He goes from heifer to whore, doesn't he? I looked at it on the same page. He went from heifer to whore. I look to the left on the side of the page in Judges, it says, you plowed my heifer. I look to the right, in the next chapter, it says that he got with a harlot. You always want something that somebody could plunder. Somebody could plow it to take it away from you. Because the same thing happened. Basically, close to, not really. The men came to the woman from Timnah and asked her for the answer to the riddle. The men came to Delilah and asked her to give Samson over. Same thing, same thing. The second time he got delivered up, right, for 30 pieces of silver. But it's more than anything, because I looked, I said, wow, that's directly related to the deliverance ministry that Jesus had. He was delivered up for 30 pieces of silver as well. But what matters more than the 30 pieces of silver that we look at and Delilah that we just dog out, what matters more than all of that is the fact that you have a judge that's anointed by God. The anointed came, they said, will rest on one person, right? So if he was anointed by God, you have this judge. And he is inside a Philistine. He in the camp. He's touching dead stuff. He's touching it. The people of Philistine, they did not want, they knew we got the God, right? They got the God. We knew we had the God, but they would not come near us. You got the God, but I don't want it. You got it, keep it, I don't want it. I know my landlord does it when she come here. She don't want to hear me doing my plow. You got the word, keep it, I don't want it. I don't stop. I was talking about advocates. I was talking about how Mephibosheth was an advocate, right? He started out with a different name, Mirbaal, right? Bell, that's the Baal. There's some people involved, right? His name was Mirbaal. I said, that's a girl name, man. They gonna punch me in the face when I get that one. But it ain't Mirabelle does not mean that you think it means. Meerball means advocate of Baal. Mephibosheth had an uncle, right? Besides his name was Jonathan, they had an uncle named Mephibosheth. So a lot of people confuse the two. They put Mephibosheth up to be killed because of what Saul did. He put Mephibosheth, the father, not Mephibosheth the son. Mephibosheth the son was given grace. Why? Because he belonged to Jonathan. But Mephibosheth, the son, was not Mephibosheth. He was Mirabel. I don't know who named him, but obviously he got up some south and changed his name to Mephibosheth. He changed his name from Mirabel, advocate of Bel, to Mephibosheth. I said advocate. And I started explaining advocate to, as they came in, they knocked on the door. I went to go open the door. I didn't even think about it. If I'm on a block, I'm doing my thing. I'm not thinking about what you might like to hear when you come to my apartment. She did not like that. Holy Spirit told me. I kept doing my blog. They knocked on the door. I opened the door. You guys will hear me say hi. Because I greeted them. They were at the door. I greeted her. And then Pastor Tim came around the round thing. I said, oh, hi. Did I stop for her? No. Did I stop for him? No. I started talking about advocate. I didn't even think. Because I said that Pastor Tim and Casey just came in. Pastor Tim is my advocate. Pastor David is my advocate. I said, oh, Pastor Tim and Casey just came in. Holy Spirit said there's something about that she didn't like. You didn't tell me what. It's okay. It's good to know those things, right? So I know how to pray and protect myself in the spirit. Because when the enemy comes in, like a flood, right? The spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against them. When the enemy comes in, I put a comma, like a flood, the spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against them. So I need to know how to pray. Jess was talking to me. I said, Jess, there was a bird in here. I saw it Friday night. I kept seeing it fly by the door. I saw it Friday night. It was dark. And I said, I ain't going out there because I don't know if it's a bat. This probably new. I got up Sunday morning and it was flying around in the air. And then when I walked out into the hallway, it flew towards me and it flew by my side, by my left hip. She said, Jem, you sure that's not something spiritual? And I thought, wow. Because I'm out in the middle of the hallway, the light is on in the hallway, right? The bird is not going to fly by my head, to fly, and it flies so low. It's a long hallway, so it flew towards me, flew so low, and it flew right, that almost touched my hip. With no exaggeration. She said, Jamie, and I tell her about that particular thing, but she said, Jamie, are you sure that's not spiritual? I've been up and I see spiritually. I see so strongly that I'm like, it looks exactly like it's real. I told Pastor David and Pastor Tim, I was like, it's a bird in here. Not knowing that I'm seeing something that could be spiritual. Because after he flew past me, I have not seen him since. So they just came in and then left. Like, you know, okay, I'm standing there, you see me, okay, she fortifying God. So when you see me standing there, he's going to fly by my hip, which is gross. But he flew, he flew away from me. So I said, okay, he's still here. So every time I come out the door, this is what I do. I hear something. Bird! Why? I need light. My eyes are still. I need light. I still have to medicate my eyes. I still have to medicate my eyes. That's special drops I put in, not regular drops, they're medicine. So I need light. I need light. I need more light than I have right now. So I gotta turn on the lights. And birds are attracted to light. So I sit by my door, the lights on. Bird! They hear sound too. So if I'm making noise, they are not gonna come anywhere near me. I'm walking out my door. Bird! I said, Bird, you ain't tweeting. I don't like you, you ain't tweeting. I invite you here, Bird. If it's spiritual, if this is a spiritual thing, who am I talking to? If I was sit there, right, because he was living in, I call it Laban Lane, right? Be careful because you got to put the word of God together. You got to make it make sense, right? When they were growing up, Laban and Rebecca were brother and sister, right? We know that Laban and Rebecca were living in right? That God told Abraham, he said, get out of from your family and from your countrymen, right? So Abraham has a son. Isaac has a son, right? Two sons, right? So Jacob, right, is Abraham's grandson, and he's the one that's been blessed by himself, right? He was going to be given the birthright, but he took it out of turn. He took it before he was supposed to get it, right? So he took that birthright, right? So he's a blessed. Isaac was blessed, Jacob was blessed, and so was Abraham. That's why I say Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? That's what people say they pray when they say it like that, right? So Jacob, right, is now he is Rebecca's son and Isaac's son. So he's blessed and cursed. Why? Because God brought Abraham out of Ur, right? So then you go back to Abraham did this. He's the reason why I'm telling you. He's the reason why we're dealing with half the stuff that we're dealing with. Because he told that man, put your hand under my thigh. Now, that's nasty. I know your thigh been. We out in the desert. It's Canaans. We in Canaans, right? You sweating. You got that femur. You gonna put my hand under your femur. I don't want to do it. I don't like it. Give me a glove. I don't like it. He made this put his hand under his thigh, right? And then after he made him do something nasty, he made him promise something nasty. Put your hand under my thigh. Now promise me that when you get a wife for my son, because I'm going to send you on a voyage to get a wife for my son, when you get the wife, do not get her from here. Make sure you go back to my land. Go back to my land and go get something that God told me to leave behind. I brought Lot out of there. God made me leave Lot alone. Right, Abraham, you can't drag a son out of there, and you can't go back there and get a wife for your son. Because if you have any part of in your existence, any part of right, that's confusion for me. You wonder why the promised son took so long to come. He came when did Abraham find out the son was coming? When the son came to see him by the terebinth tree and told him, right, he said, it's about Lord, right, take care of Lot. Instead of Abraham going and fighting for Lot, like Abraham was Lot's God, now God sees that Abraham will let God deal with Lot on his own, right? I got a niece. I love Mimi. I was 10 years. I think she was 4 or 5 when I left. I love Mimi. When the baby was born, we all went down to Georgia to see Samantha. I walked in the door. I didn't know who Samantha was. But I saw a baby. I said, give me the baby. So I took the baby out of the girl's hand. I know who she was. Took the baby out of the girl's hand, walked right into the back of the house, holding the baby, into the kitchen like I lived there. Swing board like I lived there. Took her in the kitchen and prayed over her. Laid hands on her. Jamie don't lay hands on nothing. Lay hands on Mimi and pray for her. But I'm not kidding about her. I said, Tasha was worried about me at one point. I said, you got to be worried about me. They're worried about Samantha. Because when she went to Georgia, God told me, I said, be careful. Because God said, right, that she was going to come back with a baby or in a box. I didn't know about my sister having sex. I didn't want to talk about that. He said she was going to come back with a baby or in a box. She said, Jamie, the reason why you couldn't see me, and the reason why you say I look gray, she looked gray. When I finally realized who she was, she looked gray. This is my sister that I share the same mother and father with, the one. I didn't know who she was. I saw somebody standing, hold the baby. I said, give me the baby. My purpose going down there with Uncle Yaya and Carl and Tasha, my purpose was to actually go down there, get that baby, and pray for her. Lay hands on her. That was my purpose. I know inside myself, I've got faith. Mimi could go and do whatever she wanted to. She's 15. She ain't doing nothing. She play basketball. And she like C++. So she write codes for games and stuff. She computer geek. But I don't care what she doing. I couldn't care less about I laid a bless on her. And since I did that, everything she touched is blessed. She can't be cursed. Samantha's already blessed. She's beautiful. And she can sing. Talented. Smarter than me. That don't mean nothing because I ain't that smart. But she's smarter than me. mean, we were both tested. Samantha is smarter than me. At the age that I was at, Samantha was smarter when she was that age. I'm okay with it. It don't define me. I'll be as dumb as a bucket and know how to pray. I mean, they can't. When it's time to pray, then they will always come to me. Lois was telling me all the time. Lois will always come to me, right? And she said anything nice to me. It was, would you pray for this person? That's when they asked me to pray. I know how to lay a prayer down. You be as smart as you can be. You got as much C plus plus, B plus plus, couldn't care less. I laid a bless on that baby. I could not wait to get there. I was itching. When I got close to the door, I felt like my soul was going to jump out of my body. I walked in the door. I first walked in the door, took the baby, and walked to the back of the house. Immediately, I watched bed walk like I lived there, like I knew where things were. And I started praying. I said, God said evangelist. God said say evangelist. God said lay it on her. I love me some Nini, but I laid that on her. I don't ever have to see Nini again on this earth walking. I don't have to. But I know what he told me to say. I know what he told me to pray. And everything she touches is blessed. And where she goes is blessed because I had to go there just to pray a blessing on Nini. I didn't know what I was looking at when I looked at Samantha. So he tells me to leave my home and my countrymen, right? And go to the habitate in the promised land that I promised you, the land I promised you. He sent Abraham to the land he promised him. He's Isaac, the land he promised him, right? And Rebecca, Isaac's wife, sent Jacob where? You can't do no better. We don't know about no other place. And you can't do no better. Why? Because here's the thing. Abraham said, he put that man's hand under his thigh. After he had that thigh conversation, right? He did after the thigh conversation, the servant went and got us a wife for Jacob in the place that Abraham told him to. Where did he go? And God told Abraham, leave your family, your countrymen. Where's that? And God told Abraham to leave. We see Isaac, right, going to get a wife for Jacob, a wife for Isaac. Where? And now she has two sons. She's and then he's Israelite. Israelite. Can I get a light? Israelite. We was walking in the light, but now we got an so we confused about it. So like, is light, is that light? I don't know what I'm looking at. Is that light? Be careful what you put it under you combine with. If they ain't washed, you got that blood on the lamb. Everybody you see, you better word them, send them back and word them. Because when you word them properly, they will go and jump in the river. Nobody will have to baptize me. See, he said, you will, because of your faith, but if you have faith the size enough to see, you would say to the mountain, be thou removed and cast into the sea. That says, he said, and it would happen and nothing, that's a twofer, and nothing will be impossible for me. So if I meet anybody that ain't got God on the brain, all I got to do is send them swimming. Go take a dip. Go jump in the lake, right? But you got Abraham the Israelite telling the servant to go get Isaac a wife from You left then you had to drop and God wouldn't let you have the promised child, right? While was in your life, so you dropped and now you're going back to I don't know about it. He went back to because he went and got an herb for his son. And then you went and got a thorn for your son. You went and got a tumor for your son. You went and got then God did not tell you don't be with the Canaanites. What he told you was get away from So you won't go back to. No wonder Jacob and Esau was confused. You go back to. And that's why they tried to make up. Jacob tried to make it happen. Why? Because that's that's what it's about. We don't know God. You know what? When God say, I'm gonna do this, you don't know that He's going to do it. Meaning, take your hands off of it. You have to do nothing. I mean, I just think, well, I gotta do something. I gotta bend down and tie my shoe.